Sunuma hoş geldiniz. Ben Öztürk.
Welcome. My name is Öztürk. I have graduated from Bosphorus University and I have taken my MS and PhD from the same university. I'm at KORDSA company for 2 years. Today, I will be speaking about the visual needs of the automotive industry. And we do have a new system with quick cure compression moldable prepreg. Let me briefly speak about KORDSA company, because KORDSA we're under the roof of Sabancı. We are on the industrial side. With KORDSA, we do have Brisa, Bridgestone, and they are producing tires. Yunsa is producing wool, and Temsa Global is producing some industrial machines, and also, as you can see here, it is producing cord fabric for tire industry. And the composite industry has appeared later on. KORDSA has approximately got 4,000 employees and has got 6 businesses in 5 different countries distributed over 4 continents. 2 of them are in the United States, 1 of them is in Brazil, and 1 of them is in Indonesia, and 1 of them is in Taiwan, and 1 of them is in Izmit, in Turkey. Those places are the main hubs of tire manufacturers. So they are giving service on site. They are providing fresh products for the manufacturers. We do have a 7th facility within Istanbul Techno Park, and we are producing prepreg materials. KORDSA actually is an old company, new in composite business, but an establishment has been established in 1973 with a partnership with DuPont. This is a nylon part, and with polyester we have been merged with 3 companies. There were 3 different Sabancı companies in the very beginning, and when we merged the companies, Hertz and DuPont ended their partnership and KORDSA bought their shares. For the tire business, they have established first R&D department, and they have started to get the awards because of their R&D departments, and they have established the construction division. Nylon and polyester and fibers have been provided for the construction business. Starting from the monomer, they are synthesizing the nylon, and they are transforming it into fiber with the spinning machines, and they size it, and then they weave it, and after weaving it, it needs a coating for the tire application, and besides the sizing operation, they do have a coating formulation, and just like the prepreg formulation, they sell it. For the polyester, they started from the chips process. KORDSA knows the weaving industry from the very old times, and also knows the resin coating and controlling on the digital platform. Resin formulation and chemistry is also our profession, and epoxy has also been used a lot for the sizing and for the coating. All of those qualities are so much in harmony with the prepreg and composite business. And 5 years ago, they have established a center of excellence, and they wanted to provide the best and full service for the final user, final consumer, from the metal pieces and transforming it to the composite pieces, have started to take place as a research in the center of excellence. Every 1 out of 2 plain tires are reinforced by KORDSA, and every 1 out of 3 car is using KORDSA tire. In the composite business, they have started to work About the tire cord, they do whatever they were doing in the past, and also they increase the reinforcement of the green tires, and they have started to apply nylon and polyester applications for different industries. And thermoset prepreg for automotive and industrial applications is ready, and we do have thermoplastic preparations. We have prepared the line. Construction reinforcement technologies is also serving for the reinforcement of concretes for tunnels and floors, and we are producing the reinforcement materials against earthquakes, and it is increasing the stability in the concrete and without doing any harm to the liquidity of the concrete. And when there is an enforcement for the floors, we do have spatial fibers, and these are the new fields that we are involved in. Main objectives of KORDSA is being one of the biggest companies of Sabancı. In the field of prepreg and in the construction fields, they would like to create another KORDSA. So we do have very huge objectives. In the cord fabric, we were a very big player, and we do have end-to-end approach. When we are developing our products, we are always focusing on our customers. A customer comes to us and demanding a product, and this product can be a metal, or the customer may ask some specs and may show us a similar product as a target. So we are starting to work with that project. As R&D projects, we never dream about any non-demanding product. We are looking whatever the specific needs of our customers, what are the prototypes, so developing the prototypes and getting the feedbacks from the customers, and we are checking whether it is providing the needs of our customer or not. Whenever a product comes out from our production line, it is being ready to be used. This center of excellence closed area is 15,000 square meters. In our ground floor, we do have prepreg production facility, coating and film production machines, and these are the spatial machines for the aviation industry. Their thickness and their homogeneity are being controlled online, and feedback is given continuously and transforming into reports to be presented for the customers. Whenever we have a failure or any variation in production, we are able to monitor it. And the second line is the preparation coating line. The sensors are reporting us those line processes, and we do have a thermoplastic line which we will be putting in operation by the next year. The second floor is being operated with Sabancı University. We do have laboratories. In these laboratories, a lot of devices are present. The third floor is our restaurant and our course floor. We do have classes, we do have PhD and MS programs. We do have 10 professors coming from Sabancı University. Sabancı University Laboratories, by the way, is not only serving for KORDSA and KORDSA companies, also open for the competing companies. Because Sabancı University professors are not only working with us, they are able to work with the other facilities, with the other companies. They may work with you, and they may carry on some projects which we do not know. We are working under the same roof, dependently and independently. So if you have any demands, if you need any measurements, you can just demand it from our laboratories. The fourth floor is for the tire and composite business administration center. And also we do have some R&D offices in the same floor. In the minus floors, we do have prepreg material storage rooms and also some cold zones. When we look at the laboratory infrastructure, we do have a chemistry laboratory, succeed and different resin mixtures and burning tests are carrying on. And when we look at the material characterization laboratory, we do have polymer pressing laboratory. DSCs are present here, and also microscope measuring and TEGA DCH measuring type of modulated DFCs. and DMAs and different curing DMAs, and also climating type of DMAs are present. We do have rheometer, and we do have microscopes, composite for the composite structures. We do have HDT test device, and micro nano manufacturing is doing 3D printing and nano contributions. And we do have some spatial fibers that are being manufactured. The Advanced Composite Laboratory is carrying on prototype studies. We do have some tests, or we do have some demands from other companies. So the autoclave press and furnaces are taking place. Tape painting is also being carried out in this laboratory. Mechanical characters in laboratory do have some photographs I'll be showing you. We do have a non-destructive testing laboratory. One of them is dynamic, one of them is static, and the other one is the impact. Non-destructive testing laboratory is under construction. We have started to receive the materials, and we do have clean room. I have also spoken about the rest of the facilities that we have. Our production is in the class of clean room. This is a characterization laboratory for chemical and mechanical library. We do have instrument for distortion, and one of them is the dynamic instrument device. You see the drop tower on the left side. On the right side, we do have a Chaipa device. On the front side, there are two different DMAs, NDFCs, TGAs, GPC, and so on. This is our characterization laboratory. All of these laboratories are being operated by Sabancı University. Now let's come back to our main topic. Our main topic was quick cure compression moldable prep for the production of visually appealing automated parts. And we should not assume by looking at this title that we do have mechanical defects. No. Also mechanically we do have efficient products, but also we are giving a visually appealing advantage. On the left side you see a matte example, but this was the demand of the customer. You see a car's bonnet and coal. There is a demand in the automotive business. Day by day, carbon emission do have some targets, and use of electricity cars, they are demanding higher range. So there's also demand for the weight loss, and for the chassis, making use of 50% is bringing you an advantage. In the interior side, the use of Kompozit is very high because they are really visually appealing, and the designs that we produce do have a lot of customers. When we look at here, there are different techniques, production techniques, and demands coming from the automotive industry, and the volumes are being produced. With the autoclave, oven and vacuum bagging, and the composite manufacturing side, low volume composite pieces are being used. Their production speed is not very high in autoclave. It's taking hours, and you're just heating it with the ramps, and the pieces should not be distorted, and to get inside the autoclave it needs to wait for a while. So producing with the autoclave methodology is not that much preferable, and generally oven is being preferred more. Autoclave, the first investment and operation cost, and also the consumption of nitrogen is very high. RTM infusion is widely being used for the visual parts. The drawback here is about the amount of resin and fiber. You need to have high level of resin because RTM is so much appealing to the visual side, but you're having one side. On the other side, the quality of the piece needs to have an infusion, and if there is any wrinkling with the infusion film, you need to just work more on that. What are you doing in order to produce high volume material? You are making use of HPRNT or CSMC, carbon SMC. These are the fast production methods, and if the visual appealing is important, they are suitable for that applications, and there is a high level of fiber here. And we have targeted the compression molding methodology, prepreg and compression molding methodology in the automotive industry really having a great interest. The main reason is making use of press in the automotive industry is very high in amount because of foliation, for example, rolling, because of the roll forming methods that are widely being used. And when we look at the demand for carbon fiber, there is an increase which is being expected, and the increase will be maybe higher than we estimate, because the electricity cars and also the fuel cars and their prohibition will be increasing the demand for lower weights. These are the driving forces. When we look at the picture, prepreg materials, I mean the composite methodology, if you do have a lot of components and if you're asking for a high level of resistance, it is ideal to use autoclave lamination, because it is possible to create different geometries and it is possible to create different parts. In the compression molding, you do have a middle scale production, and middle aluminium and metal type of applications are possible to be used, but carbon SMC products are widely being preferred day by day. Carbon SMC is different from classical SMC. They do have epoxy matrix resigns. It is so much in harmony for the prepreg applications, and it is easy to have the high resistant values. We are at the development stage for these products. We will produce more products, and this visual resign is going to have an SMC version very soon. When we look at the compression molding, what are the advantages of compression molding? It is less complex for the tooling when compared to RTM. There's resign lines. If you're not doing a traditional RTM, there are vacuum channels, and there are some other tricks that each company is applying in order to get a better result. Tooling complexity is low in the compression molding, and the surface quality is higher when you compare it with RTM. It is repeatable and consistent mechanical features are present, because in the prepreg fiber amount is changing between 30 and 40. For the RTMs, the resign amount, the fabric amount is approximately 30%. In the prepreg, resign is less and it has got more fiber. The finite element analysis, you see a very good level of correlation. It is not possible to get this correlation level with RTM. And when we look at the mechanical properties, it is much more better. And it is also providing you better spare parts. There are some demands coming from the producers. They wanted to have a close value to TG values. It was not accepted to have this level of TG values in the past. After doing the coating, color fastening, lead on arc or UV accelerometer tests are showing us a gloss loss. So they want to have a low level of color fastening, and it needs to be suitable for isothermal curing. They do not want to heat up and they do not want to cool down. They wanted to have 10 to 15 bar of pressure. No one would like to go higher pressing pressers because it is costly. And in the present preparations, below 10 minutes was very good in curing. Now they're asking and demanding 3 minutes or 5 minute curing. If an automotive company is producing a car within 2 minutes, they are asking for 1 minute preparations. 3 and a 5 minute curing time is ideal at the moment. And without hot demoldable, they would like to have the material. So we should open the mold when the material is hot, but it will not be deforming. They do not want to give up from any feature. These are the demands coming from the market. What are they going to do? They are going to cut and they're going to form. They can preform it or they can form it in the press. After forming the prepregs, they will be demolding. Why did they ask for high TG? Because they're going to do e-coating. In the automotive industry, they are making use of cataphoresis and they're using hot glues, and they would like to continue to make use of those glues. If they are using cataphoresis, if there is a hot dyeing, if they're going to place it in the hot oven, they want to do it in the compress also. So the TG values need to be high. And they need to cure very fast. And they would like to have 140-150 meter in max. And they would like to have reduce the dimensional stability and balance in spring back. Actually, when sometimes in the cataphoresis baths, generally 150, 175 half an hour timing is taking place. Sometimes it's being higher. Dipping down in hot baths or aging acid can be used. After those operations, they do not want to have any harm on the surface. They don't want any demolding. If it is being manufactured with the metal, if there is a hybrid structure, it doesn't want it to delaminate. They don't want it to be delaminated. When we look, the product that we have developed is giving those demands, providing those demands. There are faster prepregs, but transparent-like prepregs, which you can see the carbon fibers inside, which have not been varnished, are present at the moment. Within 2 minutes they have been cured, and it is going to provide an A-type surface. And CM11 is at the moment providing you that detail, and it is on sale in the market. It has got some customers and it is being approved. Some customers have also tried them. Of course, there are some tests, for example, for aging and for fatigue bending test. And when we compare and contrast, the curing time is providing you the peak value, the best value. Hot demoldable, when you cure it in 150 centigrade degrees, you do not cool it down. When you place it inside the mold in 150 centigrade degrees, it is staying 2 or 3 minutes, and you are demolding it when it is hot. And you are not waiting anymore. For the automotive industry, this is a great feature. Hot demoldable, and you do have a class A type surface. And of course, when we look at the aging tests, it is providing a very positive result. When we look at here, When you mold it with a classical preparation, within 10 minutes it is possible to manufacture pieces. However, when you look at the real performance time, you see different timing. First of all, you need to cut the piece after production, according to the shapes and sizes that you want. So you're going to spend the time, and then you're going to perform it. And there is a certain time for that. After performing, for molding, first of all, you need to heat it before molding, and then you're curing it for a while. And if the resin is not hot demoldable, then you need to also heat it, and you will be spending a curing time in between. And you look at it, whenever a person is promising you 10 minutes for curing, in total, it is more than that. Approximately 50 or 60 minutes is being spent. Whenever they promise you to be cured within 10 minutes, that prepreg is making you to spend 60 minutes. In the classical methodology, it is like this, but KORDSA provides you some new features. We do have a cutting table. In this cutting table, we are able to provide pre-cut. If there is a design which is being provided for us, which is confidential, the production side, the R&D side do not know it, they are coming and we are cutting them. When you get your prepreg, it is being pre-cut. After trimming and recycling part, as you purchase it, is coming in pre-cut forms. And then we are aiming to give preform services. By next year, we will be starting preforming services. Our prepregs at the moment is not being cured within 10 minutes. They are being cured 3 minutes and below 3 minutes. We do not spend any time for heating up. Prepreg is being placed when it is hot. When the mold is hot, we did not cool it down. You have just taken it out, demolded it, and you look at this table. If you do the shaping, you can see the total difference in time. KORDSA prepregs are really time effective. With the services that we provide, you will be gaining more time than the traditional methods. Any cataphoresis types of operations, or heat dyeing, or heat sticking and lamination, and metal type of hard applications can be done, can be bearable with the pieces that we provide for you. This is the opening of our Center of Excellence. By the month of September last year, we planned to open it. Later on, we have had some bad events in our country, and our leaders have came to the opening. We have learned the opening 3 days ago. If you think that you have made the opening and why didn't you invite us, this is the reason. Because it was not possible for us to open this facility before that. Only in 3 days we have organized the opening. You see the social area and the laboratory. On the left side you see the out view of the center. This is a huge center, by the way. When you come to Teknik Park Istanbul, as a black building, you can see it very easily. And from the Sabiha Gökçen Airport, when you are getting inside the building, inside the airport building, it is possible to see this building. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for coming for my presentation. Do you have any questions?